Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Chrono. Last time we got the Hydra humor and we managed to finally save Kid. And then Mel decided to steal a bunch of elements that didn't actually exist on Kid's grid, but the game thinks that we left her with some stuff. So anyway, now that we got those back, we can head back to Termina. We're finally able to go back to the mainland on our own. And we lose Korcha. Well, did we actually give him the 300G there? You remember at the tail end of the last episode, he was talking about a charge rate of 300G for the all the boat rides that he's been giving out. I don't know if we actually give him that money or not. That's normally what that sound effect indicates, but it could have been just there to indicate that he left the party. It's not a particularly common occurrence to have people leave your party. And in a game with 45 characters, I should hope they're not leaving all the time. Anyway. One of the important aspects of what we did at the tail end of the last episode was we made sure to go after the elements that Mel had stolen. That'll be important very shortly here. Now we're on our own in Termina. Perfect. By the way, what is currently the plan on this path? We don't really have a plan now, do we? Now, as I said, in order to recruit Glenn, you need to do the not saving Kid path. But this cutscene plays out regardless. This is here to give us an indication on where we're supposed to go next, regardless of which path we take. So it seems the entirety of the manor has moved over to the fort, except for the general's daughter, Riddell, for some reason. She doesn't seem to want to go. And Glenn's supposed to stay there, but he's not too happy about it. And the thing is, this scene gets cut a little bit short in this version. We don't get to hear exactly what's going on. Lynx and his mob hightailed it out of the manor, and they're going to a ruin built by extinct Draconians. Some kind of I've heard they've been all kinds of mystic rituals there. They need the dragon tier for the rituals. So it's pretty apparent that someone in that retinue has been the one to remove the dragon tier from Goldelvian. That's the assumption that we're going with right now. Is on top of Mount Pyre, southeast of here. Be hard to get there by land. How are we going to go out getting a boat? Thief from the Radical Dream. Well, she's flat out admitted it a few times, so yep, that's her. The ghost that Korcha was describing. Sadly, Rasley hasn't been around for very long, so her reputation isn't the same as the rest of us. Then again, I don't think he would have recognized any of our other characters now that I think about it, but let's just guess. In a bit of a rush. You know, makes me even more suspicious. Well, of course, had to get that line in there, didn't you? As you can see, the meeting here goes substantially different this time around. He has no interest in who we are this time around, and, well, Kid's brash attitude has kind of soured our ability to recruit him on this path. Word of advice. Get on your boat, first head north and east, and you'll find a small island there. Retired Dragoon now lives there. Find him and ask for his advice. Any frightful rumors about the fort? Never know what to expect. Alright. Okay, sorry for the cut. I'm not sure if you guys were able to pick that up, but there was a whole whack ton of noise that went on for a moment there, so I figured I'd just pause while the noise went away. Well, currently we need to get a boat. Korcha, you want to give us a boat? Now, I don't know if it's 100% required to have Kid in your party for this, but I highly recommend bringing Kid for multiple reasons. Gotta cross the sea. Oh? Didn't seem very keen on it before. 2 conditions. Well, one of them's money. Don't think we're gonna survive a round trip. What are your conditions? If you ever find the dragon tear, give it to you. I guess he kind of wants to return it to his village, so I guess that makes sense. Fair enough. Once all the ruckus is over, that's the first time I think I've seen him stutter. Oh, he's definitely stuttering. Speak up. I want you to be my wife. Well, he's red, and that sure as hell came out of nowhere. I wish the game had done a better job of building this up. Mainly because you can't possibly have the 2 of them in the party up until now, so it's not like I've missed a scene between the 2 of them. It's just, you know, he's infatuated at first sight, I guess. Don't mess with me. Kick your arse so hard you'll kiss the moons. Love at first sight. No. Lust at first sight. Don't know who I am, do ya? Yeah, some kind of thief. Wait until all the fuss is over. Now, you're given an option here. Interestingly enough, the first option is both the funnier option as well as leads into a variation on one of the endings. So, and I checked it out on YouTube. It's not a variation that you, like, it changes everything completely. It's just an additional scene. So I don't need to make a special save here so that I have access to both options. But, hey, where'd all the sound effects go? That wasn't nearly as loud as it was in the PlayStation version. Yeah, she gives him a nice thrust kick right to the gut. Yeah, don't get involved in her business. Not something I can read you on a whim. I'll consider it. The best promise I can make. I'll lend you the boat. Yeah, what was he saying? Going to see an old man on a small island to the east. Just remember that life is not just your own anymore. You're carrying my wife-to-be. I don't think Kid is enjoying this. Do you want me to come with you? This is optional. You can either choose to or not choose to take him with you. It's one of the few instances, I don't remember off the top of my head how many cases are like this, but if you refuse him here, he'll be back in Goldelvian, and you can just go back to his room upstairs in the residential tower and ask him to go with you at that point. But there's no reason to leave him behind, even if he's not a character I particularly care to use. Yeah, his stats still aren't great. Yeah, Kid's one of the better ones. Even Razly's got decent stats. Lena seems to be probably one of my best characters so far. One of the biggest problems is because the characters you use get those additional mini-star level up bonuses, their stats tend to be quite a bit higher. So it's all about the potential of the characters, how many levels they're going to get in your party, as well as, you know, how many, how long you're going to kind of keep them around and what their techs are like and how their usability is going to be long term for you. Anyway, sure, we'll leave Rasley in for now. I don't see any reason to swap anyone right now. Remember that I'm just lending you my boat. Don't you dare sink it. And as I said on the Don't Save Kid path, if you leave Matcha alone there, and on this path if you leave Korcha alone, they both decide they're just going to go swim home. They must be a family of really strong swimmers. Alright, let's take the boat. And immediately go back to Goldelv. There is one additional thing that we can do here. What is this building anyway? Oh, right, the hospital. I'm dumb. I'm sitting there like, where was that access to the bottom floor of the other building? Is there another scene in here? It was in my notes prior to when we were searching for Mel to come and talk to Orla, but I forgot to do so. Get out of the way, please. Game. Get out of the way. Thank you. I'm guessing she would have just said something about Mel not being here, but I didn't mean to go in there. But I don't remember for sure, and I forgot to do it, so. Oh well. Yeah, so Korcha will just be up here. If you don't have him recruited, you can just talk to him. And, yeah, you can recruit him at any time. No, not really. Sucker. Can't leave the village either. Nah, you're not all that great as a character, sorry. Now, on the Don't Save Kid path, you were able to get a frame from Matcha. Something I want to discuss with you. Kid must be in the party for this scene to initiate. You also must have chased after her to get Kid's elements back. If you did not do that, you can get those elements by talking to Korcha upstairs, and he will have them for you, but you will miss out on this item. Yeah, they're going to have a private moment over here. So what's up over here? And what's that? Now, for some reason, Kid falls into their dialect with the cha at the end of one of her sentences here. Kind of odd that way, but... Please take Mel with you. And as a token of our promise, a special frame called made in Goldelv, called Goldelvian Stitch. Easy for me to say. And Mel is one of the optional characters only recruitable on this path. So we now have, do we have all three on this path? Yes, we do. We have Rasley, we have Korcha, and we have Mel. Mel's stats aren't particularly good, but there is one thing that she has that very few characters have. A stealing technique. There are only 3 characters, to the best of my recollection, in the game that have a stealing tech. This is, well, we saw one of them in the intro. We've had Kid for a while. This is the 3rd. She is Yellow Innate. This gives us another character that we can play around with. What do you say? Absolutely nothing. Okay. And even if you don't decide to use Mel in your party, there's still a good reason to pick her up, regardless of all the other things. She comes by default with 2 pieces of iron equipment, an iron mail, our first, and the iron rang. She is a boomerang wielder, and even though her stats aren't great, boomerangs do exactly what rods do. Their fierce attacks hit all enemies. They also are additionally powerful against flying enemies, just like the shot type weapon from Lucia. And I think that's the only one who has a weapon that's particularly good against a specific type. Yeah, so she's actually a semi-decent character. There's one thing I can show off, and my notes aren't up, so pardon me a moment while the music stops while I pull them up. Let's see here. Yeah, so anyway, that's the only way to recruit her. Our next path here, according to my notes, is to pop over to Water Dragon Isle. Now, if you remember, we spoke with someone before. They were saying something about Water Dragon Isle having dried up in one world, and Razzie said it wasn't in her world. According to the fairies here, the legendary dragon god really exists. Thick wall of ice blocking the entrance to the underground cavern proves it. Sure is full of mysteries. Alright, so there's 2 things we can show off here. I don't have any notes on these enemies, but that's fine. Scorpionoid! I have no elements equipped. It doesn't really matter. The point here is our first indication of some callback to a previous game in the series. I think we'll call that good enough. Double Take. We have access to dual text in this game. This is technically the second one we've had access to, but the other one was on Guile's Path, the Do Not Save Kid route, and I haven't really gotten around to doing that yet. So here we have a double attack. 2 thieves join forces to do a double steal. I'm not sure if this steals both items or how this works. Mel stole a tablet. Well, that's the thing, I guess. I will have to double check and take a look at how the system works as far as, like, if you have a higher chance at stealing or how that works. Because I haven't really looked into it. We have some powerful enemies here. Take a look at this. Then again, Kid's on her bare, pointless equipment from the beginning of the game, so that probably isn't helping matters. Anyway, we finish off that guy. I wasn't here to fight enemies, but that's alright. I was here to pick up a few things. Let's fast forward up here. You get off the chest, please. There are a number of pieces of iron here. There's only one other item here that's not iron. So let's just pop up here. Talk to you. Everyone's talking about the existence of dragons. Apparently they've been looking at it for a while. In order to get that, we need to go up this one. More iron. Covered in water just a few days ago. That's frighteningly impressive. Alright. Over here, we found this thing. It's dried up waterfall. Kind of creepy. I'll give it to you for free. No thanks needed. Nothing to do with it now, so see ya. Huh? We get the sturdy ribs. Pretty good physique. You did acrobatics. Used to be a clown in the circus. Really? You didn't see a mirror lately, bud. Anyway, we get the one item in here that's not a piece of iron. There are 2 more pieces of iron in here. Not a whole lot of story here, but there are some people we can talk to. Actually, give me one sec. Didn't Rasley say that she lived on Water Dragon Isle? Of course, she's from a different world, but... Come to the island seeking the Dragon God. If so, please turn back. Mountain has run completely dry. Is there really no line of dialogue with Rasley here? Water Dragon once reigned over the island, but that was long ago. Huh. Alright, I didn't want to talk to you again. I want to talk to the other fairy. Yeah, they screw up the word very with fairy a lot, and some other slight variations on speech. But yeah, they can't fly all that well. They catch the wind. Yeah, you can swap party order at any time by hitting the select button. It's rarely something that needs to be done, but... Born from the morning dewdrops of an aged tree. Large tree that stands in the center is like our fairy godmother. Now, it's hard to see, but there is indeed a fourth piece of iron over there. Now, up here, it's kind of blocked in. We can't get in there. So let's go down here, go up here, and talk to these two. Mist of the Sea is an invitation to the dark, embracing the abyssal darkness where lost souls gather. I didn't read the punctuation. I was trying to figure out why they had two words about dark so close together. Come seeking the warm, radiant glow of life. Okay then. Small star fell into the sea of Triplet Isles. That was a long time ago. The NPCs in this game are important to talk to. They will teach you things that will be useful information later. Alright, let's get out of here. There's nothing else we can do here for now. But yeah, as you can see, we have access to a boat now. And we've basically gone and merged the paths again. Now I'm going to be continuing with this path off screen because there are a few differences remaining in the first kind of third of the game. And I do want to show those off. But for the next video, we're going to be jumping back onto Guile's Path. And for Guile's Path, we're already going to assume that Guile's Path has come to Water Dragon Isle, has already gone to wherever that is, the Hydra Marshes over there in another world. And what else? What else have we done on this path? I will be sending that path through the Shadow Forest, and we can take this path through the Viper Manor Bluffs and hopefully win some antitoxinal caps, though that doesn't really matter anymore. More importantly, we can pick up... Actually, I don't think there's anything really useful that we can pick up here. You don't have to come through here if you don't want to. It's entirely optional, but you can grab a few, pieces of treasure here and there if you care to do so. But yeah, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we will be back on Guile's Path, where we will continue things up until the next point where the paths split in two. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.